So, so this is a quick video. It is night time in the Dragnout household. For the most part, you'll hear Mrs. Dragnout back there laughing at somebody's broadcast. Not gonna say who, but there's something I'm curious about, and this is something that was kind of casually mentioned in a hangout a few days ago. But I want to see if I'm curious. I'm genuinely curious. Yeah, we live, baby. We live. But yeah. Let's see where. So I'm curious about something, folks. I want folks to share this video for anybody who knows Preaching to the Choir Ministries, G-Man's ministry, his one-man ministry. I want to know. Yeah, I'm sitting in the dark. I want to know who has been converted by Preaching to the Choir Ministries. I want to know who has listened to G-Man and has heard the word, who was formerly an atheist and heard the word of God from G-Man and decided they wanted to be atheists, particularly his brand of radical evangelical preachings. Yes, black guy in the dark, yes. We are not bioluminescent, not yet. We're going to evolve one day. That's level 7 melanin theory. Once you get there, you can glow too. You get to transplant yourself with I think it's Luciferian gene, I think it's called. No, it's not Luciferian. It's Luciferous or something like that. I forget. But anyway. Yeah, that's is that what I have? PTtCM, Preaching to the Choir. I think I have a little C, or a little T rather. I'll fix the title later. I just want to make a quick video anyway. Yeah, it's the gene is that's a protein that's produced, lemestudent, but there's a gene. It's Luciferous gene, I think it is. See, now you got me wondering. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. This was supposed to be a short fucking video. I want to know who has been converted to Christianity. So I can see a cock holster. Who has been converted to Christianity because of G-Man and his ministry? I want to know who had another religious belief or who was an atheist, and they now adhere to his brand of radical evangelical nonsense. So, but I also want to know if there are any Christians who or former Christians who were deconverted by listening to G-Man. I want to know. I am genuinely curious. I want to know how effective has his mission, been in its endeavor to spread the gospel, and has it hurt the gospel? I think, in my small little fucking opinion, that he is a terrible example of a Christian. Probably one of the worst, if not the worst Christian I've ever seen in my life. And other people who I've, shown his channel to would agree. People I know in my life who are Christians, they would agree that he's a terrible example. Terrible example. So, med student, you are actually right about that. He has helped a ton of psych students practice observing people with issues. There is one person in not the actual Great Debate community that Steve runs, but the larger Great Debate community that's been around for a while. There is someone doing their PhD on psychology, and I think it's the acceptance of. I think it has to do with their acceptance of evolution. So yeah, there are people who are unwittingly contributing to that research. That is something that we have actual evidence of, and I can give you the name of the person who's doing the research. And G-Man has interacted with this person, and he had no clue that he was actually being studied as well, specifically him and quite a few people. But anyway, I want to know if you can find somebody who says, yes, G-Man and his preaching converted me, all that stupid shit, and if G-Man's teaching deconverted someone was so shaken in their faith by this guy that they shed all religious beliefs. I want to know, because I'm genuinely curious. And like I said, I can be wrong. I think that from the fucking travesty he calls a ministry, from his just cartoonish antics, from his behavior as a petulant child, I think he is a terrible example of a Christian, and an example of what religion does when it's not, controlled. But again, that's just my really subjective opinion, as redundant as that is. So, yeah, that's really all I wanted to mention tonight. I'm going to go back in the room with Mrs. Dragnot, and we're going to probably finish watching Roadhouse, because I don't think I saw enough breasts today. So I'm going to watch Roadhouse. We'll finish watching Roadhouse and get ready to take little Dragnot back to first grade tomorrow, because he has an education to get. Because you know what happens when you don't get an education? You turn out like G-Man.